Welcome to the fourth lecture on axial flow compressors. In the previous two lectures, we discussed the velocity triangle and established important relations applicable for axial flow compressors, including the expressions for work done, degree of reaction, etc. Now, using those relations, we will try to solve a numerical problem. So, the question is this: an axial flow compressor having 8 stages and 50% reaction. So, number of stages small letter n is equal to 8. Degree of reaction is equal to 50%, that is 0.5. And we already discussed that part, that most of the axial flow compressors make use of 50% degree of reaction. Then the compressor, it compresses air in the pressure ratio of 4:1. So, the pressure ratio 4:1, it is not for a single stage, it is applicable for all the 8 stages together. So, if P8 is the static pressure at the end of the 8th stage for the air coming out of the compressor, then P8 divided by P inlet, what is that? P1. So, P8 by P1, that is the overall pressure ratio in this case, since the compressor is having 8 stages. So, P8 by P1 is equal to 4. Now, the air enters the compressor at 20 degrees Celsius. Obviously, that is air inlet temperature. T1 is 20 degrees Celsius. In Kelvin, it is plus 273, that is equal to 293 Kelvin. And air flows through the compressor with a constant speed of 90 meter per second. You have to be careful. This is not the absolute velocity of air. So, the constant velocity with which the air flows through the compressor, which is that component of velocity? That is axial flow velocity Vf. So, axial flow velocity Vf is referred to here. That is Vf is equal to 90 meter per second. Important. Then the isentropic, one more part, the rotating blades of the compressor rotates with a mean speed of 180 meter per second. So, that means that this is the tangential velocity or peripheral velocity of the blade, that at inlet and outlet are equal. U1 is equal to U2 is equal to U, that you know. So, it is 180 meter denoted by small u. So, that is equal to 180 meter per second. Then the isentropic efficiency of the compressor, you can assume that it is 82%, that is given 82%. So, eta isentropic, that is 82%, that is 0.82. Now, we have to calculate the work done by the compressor. So, work done for all the 8 stages together, and you can calculate the individual work done per stage also. Then blade angles at inlet and outlet you need to find out, because blade angles you have to determine. So, inlet and outlet, that is theta and phi. Inlet the angle, vane angle or blade angle is theta, outlet it is phi. So, you have to find out theta, you have to find out phi, you have to find out the work done. But remember, work done total or overall work done per unit mass of air you can find out, because mass flow rate is not mentioned over here. Now, we will proceed with the solution. So, the data part, that the information given have been listed here, and now we will proceed from the rest. So, we have to make an assumption that it is having symmetrical blading. Unless otherwise specified, we will follow this. So, assuming symmetrical blading, what you can infer? Beta is equal to theta and alpha is equal to phi. What is alpha and beta? So, alpha and beta are the guide vane angles at inlet and outlet. Theta and phi are the vane angles at inlet and outlet. So, beta is equal to theta and alpha is equal to phi. That is the condition we use for symmetrical blading. And now, degree of reaction capital R. So, in the earlier lecture, we derived an expression of degree of reaction in terms of axial flow velocity, then tangential velocity of the runner, tangential velocity of the rotor in fact, or blades, then vane angles at inlet and outlet. So, this is that expression, it is very important. R is equal to Vf by 2u into tan theta plus tan phi. We used the concept of symmetrical blading over there in order to get this relation. So just substitute now. Degree of reaction is 0.5 and that is equal to Vf by 2u into tan theta plus tan phi. So what you can cross multiply, so you will get 0.5 into 2u, that is 1u in fact. So u is equal to Vf into tan theta plus tan phi. Even we got this expression in the previous lecture. So it's very important, whenever you have 50% degree of reaction, then the relation between the tangential velocity of the rotor and the axial flow velocity is this one in terms of Vane angles. So u is equal to Vf into tan theta plus tan phi. It's very important. Now we will try to substitute the given data. U is given as 180 meter per second and Vf axial flow velocity, that constant axial flow velocity, is given as 90. So 180 is equal to 90 into tan theta plus tan phi. So what do you get? So you get tan theta plus tan phi is equal to 180 divided by 90, that is 2. So you get an expression for tan theta plus tan phi, that's all. Tan theta plus tan phi is equal to 2. Let it be equation number 1. So remember, we have to get some other expression or an additional expression containing theta and phi so that you can separate this out. So you can find out theta and phi separately. That is our objective now. Now you consider the isentropic efficiency expression. What is isentropic efficiency expression? In terms of static temperatures. See, how do we apply the condition for static temperatures? See, you have to assume that the absolute velocity of flow at inlet to the compressor is equal to the absolute velocity of air that is coming out of the compressor after the 8 stages. See, remember, I am talking about absolute velocity. So you have to assume that V1 is equal to V8, and in between, definitely for every stage after passing through the rotor and then diffuser, V1 increases to V2, then V2 decreases to V3 and so on. So we know that. So if V1 is the absolute velocity of air at inlet to the compressor, and V final or V out, let it be V8. V8 is the absolute velocity of air at outlet of the compressor. Then if you assume that V1 is equal to V8, then we can write down the expressions, isentropic relations, and even the work done expression and all in terms of static temperatures. So now you consider this diagram. You are familiar to this because we have already explained this one in the case of centrifugal compressor, which is absolutely applicable here in the very same form. Just consider TS diagram. You have two constant pressure lines, that is this lower pressure P1 inlet pressure and outlet of the compressor. See, we are not taking the intermediary pressures. So we have at inlet it is P1, at the outlet after 8 stages is P8. So you draw two constant pressure lines. If you draw a vertical over here, that process is 1 to 8 dash. That 1 to 8 dash is isentropic, constant entropy. So 1 to 8 dash. So if the process is compression process is totally isentropic, it will follow 1 to 8 dash. But we know that in actual compression process it will deviate. The entropy will increase during the compression process. So therefore it is let the actual compression process be 1 to 8. So what is the temperature at the end of actual compression? That is T8, and the temperature at the end of isentropic compression, if the compression had been isentropic, then the temperature would have been T8 dash. Okay, then isentropic efficiency is, what is that? Isentropic work done divided by actual work done, and isentropic work done is what? Cp into. We essentially make take the difference in static enthalpies actually. So Cp into T8 dash minus T1, and you are familiar with it, I need not explain again and again. So isentropic efficiency is equal to isentropic work done by actual work done, that is Cp into T8 dash minus T1 divided by Cp into T8 minus T1, and Cp will be cancelled. You get 0.82, that is given as isentropic efficiency, that is equal to T8 dash minus T1 divided by T8 minus T1. So T8 dash, that is the temperature at the end of isentropic compression. T8 is the temperature at the end of actual compression. So then from the isentropic relations, the temperature ratio and pressure ratio connection for isentropic process. See, consider 1 to 8 dash. It is not 1 to 8. 1 to 8 dash is the isentropic compression process. For that, you establish the temperature and pressure relation. What is that? T8 dash by T1 is equal to P8 dash by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 by gamma. What is P8 dash? See, as you can see in this diagram, P8 dash and P8 are same because they are on the same constant pressure line, but temperature T8 is greater than T8 dash. That you should remember. So P8 dash is equal to P8. So therefore what is the relation ultimately? T8 dash divided by T1 is equal to P8 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 by gamma. What is the value for gamma? Value of gamma for air is 1.4. Assuming it to be a perfect gas, the ratio of specific heats at constant pressure and constant volume, Cp by Cv is equal to gamma. You know that. So this is the relation now we have to make use of. Out of this, what are from the given information, the inlet temperature is available 293 Kelvin. P8 by P1, we do not know individually the pressures at the end of compression and before the compression, but we know the pressure ratio, that is 4 by 1. So P8 by P1 is 4 by 1, and so you can now calculate T8 dash by T1, and out of which T1 is known. So definitely you will be in a position to find out T8 dash. So now we will consider that relation. This is the relation we got earlier. Tan theta plus tan phi is equal to 2. That is stated as equation number 1. And now this is the relation, temperature ratio we discussed just now. T8 dash by T1 is equal to P8 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 by gamma. P8 by P1 is 4. So you will get 1.486. So if you substitute for T1, T8 dash by T1 is equal to 1.486, and T1 is 293 Kelvin. Obviously you can get T8 dash. What is T8 dash? Is equal to 435.398 Kelvin. Please verify the answers. So now we will come to the isentropic efficiency expression. What was that? We discussed earlier. Isentropic efficiency is equal to T8 dash minus T1 divided by T8 minus T1, and that is equal to 0.82. And you substitute the temperatures just now we obtained. What is that? The temperature at the end of isentropic compression 435.398. If the compression is isentropic, then this would have been the final temperature. 435.398 minus T1 293 divided by T8, which we do not know, the minus the temperature at the end at inlet 293. So use this. T8 can be found out. T8 can be found out. What is T8? T8 is the temperature at the end of actual compression, the air that is coming out of the compression, coming out of the axial flow compressor given in the question after 8 stages. So that the final temperature now is 466.656 Kelvin. See, the overall work done, that is all the stages together, we can represent it by W total, that is equal to Cp into T8 minus T1. That much joule per kg. Remember, this is specific work done. When work done is expressed per unit mass of air, then that is specific work done. So W total is equal to Cp into T8 minus T1. And here Cp we know 1005 joule per kilogram Kelvin for air. You can assume that 1005 joule per kilogram Kelvin. Then T8, the final temperature we found out 466.656 Kelvin. T1, the inlet temperature, that is equal to 293 Kelvin. So you can find out W total. That is the first part of the answer. So what is the specific work input? W total. W total is equal to Cp into T final minus initial. See, this is general expression I have written for you. So specific work input, that is W total is equal to Cp into T final minus T initial. And I already told you there is an important assumption that we can write these values in terms of static temperature only because the assumption that V1 is equal to V8. I mean, in this case 8 stages. So the temperature absolute velocity of air entering in, that is same as the absolute velocity of compressed air that is leaving the compressor. So with that assumption, we can write the work done expression in terms of static temperatures. So Cp into T final minus T initial, that is a general expression. Now if mass flow rate is given, then you can find out the power rating, that is work done per second you can get. See, there is a mistake in this, overall power output it is written, you should understand that is what is mentioned is, see what does it mean, that is overall power input, sorry. So overall power input, it is m dot Cp into T final minus T initial. In fact, that is the work done by the impeller, work done by the rotor on the air per second. So that is it. Okay, so we'll proceed now. Proceed further. The overall power rating, that is m dot Cp, and here mass flow rate is not given, so we will not bother about that, and we will now consider only this overall work done, overall work input in joule per kg. So how do you find out Cp into T8 minus T1? So that is Cp is 1005 into T8 is 466.656 minus T1, that is 293. So if you substitute over here, then you will get this answer, that is 1,74,524.38 joule per kg. So that is the specific work input to the compressor. In fact, Euler's work we are finding out. Then W total in kilojoule per kilogram, you divide this quantity by 1000, you will get W total in kilojoule per kilogram. So in kilojoule per kilogram, this value will be 174.524 kilojoule per kilogram, 174.524. So please understand. Now we will consider what is the work done in a single stage. So this is the overall work input considering all the 8 stages together. So Cp into T final minus T initial, that quantity what you are getting is the overall work input, and if you want work done in a single stage by the rotor on air, then what you should find out is your rotor action. You consider rotor blade and then inlet outlet condition, and we previously established that relation. What is that? VW2 minus VW1 into U for the axial flow compressor in the earlier lecture. So that is essentially you are getting from Euler's equation. So W stage, in one stage it is VW2 minus VW1 into U, and here how many stages are there? There are n stages. So W total is equal to n into W stage, n into, so 8 into the work done in a single stage, that is equal to the value which we obtained now, this 1,74,524 joule per kilogram. So that value divided by 8 will give you the W, the work input in a single stage. What is the work input in a single stage now? That is 21,815.55 joule per kg. So this is the work done in a single stage, and this stage work can be equated to this expression. What is that? VW2 minus VW1 into U. Okay, and previously considering the velocity triangle, now the velocity triangle over here, but this kind of questions you have to present the velocity triangle along with the solution. So that is compulsory, because we are making use of this one way or the other. So here you have the VW2. So VW2 from the outlet velocity triangle, and that is Vf tan beta, and VW1 from the inlet velocity triangle, it is Vf tan alpha. And for symmetrical blading, beta is equal to theta and alpha is equal to phi. So if you use that, then VW2 can be replaced by Vf tan theta, and VW1 can be replaced by Vf tan phi. And if you use that, then W stage will be U into Vf into tan theta minus tan phi. In fact, we derived this expression in the previous lecture. So W stage is equal to this. Please do remember, with the assumption for the symmetrical blading and utilizing this velocity triangle, you can arrive at that. So now you please consider W stage is equal to what? 21,815.55 joule per kg. Now W stage is equal to, what is that expression? U into Vf into tan theta minus tan phi. So U into Vf, that quantity U and Vf you know. So 190 is, U is 180 meter per second and Vf is 90 meter per second. So please substitute over here that work done stage. What is that value? 21,815.55. That is equal to U into Vf into tan theta minus tan phi. So this W stage is equal to 180 into 90 into tan theta minus tan phi. So what result do you get? Tan theta minus tan phi. So tan theta minus tan phi is equal to 1.347. So treat it as equation number 2. And earlier we had obtained an equation tan theta plus tan phi is equal to 2 from the degree of reaction concept. And now we got from the work done in a stage, that is tan theta minus tan phi is equal to 1.347. So sum of the two quantities is equal to 2 and their difference is 1.347. So just like x plus y is equal to 2 and x minus y is equal to 1.347. Solve these two simultaneous equations and you will get tan theta. Adding these two, tan phi will be cancelled, you will get 2 tan theta is equal to 3.347, and from there you will get theta is equal to 59.14 degree, and substituting the value of tan theta in any of these, you will get tan phi also, and then you can get the value for phi. So the value of theta is equal to 59.14 degree, that is the blade angle or vane angle at inlet, and the phi is the vane angle or blade angle at outlet, that is outlet of the blade, then that is phi is equal to 18.09 degrees, and blade angles at inlet and outlet, that is the part of the answer along with W total. What is the specific overall work input? That is 174.524 kilojoule per kilogram. Thus we completed the problem. So please practice this one. And one thing is important, we have to know the relations, the basic concepts, velocity triangle, expression for work done, stage work, overall work done, the expression for isentropic efficiency, and the temperature and pressure ratio connection in an isentropic process, and so on. So please practice this very well. Have a happy learning experience. Thank you so much.